Hello, Flosstube, and autumn greetings to you. I am so excited that it is September. It's Flosstube number 16. My name is Joanne, the Story Stitcher, and I love that we get to sit down and hang out for a little bit. I hope you are stitching on something really fun that you love, maybe an old whip, maybe it's Sampler September for you, or something else. I'd love to hear what you're working on. I am just giving a big warm welcome to all of the new subscribers, all of the current subscribers, and any new visitors. I'm here in sunny California. I'm taking a peek out the window. It's nice and sunny out there as usual. And as you can see, I have decorated for fall. I am so ready for fall. Cannot wait for fall every single year. And about mid-September, I start to pull out my decorations and imagine that it's cooling down and light a cozy candle. Now, if you've been here before, then you know a little bit about my journey, you know a little bit about my story. And I am so happy to say that today I am not wearing a beanie. I borrowed this headband from my mom, and my hair has been coming in, which makes this girl's heart so happy, and it feels just really, really good to start to feel like I can not have to wear hats and just get to be just me without a hot hat. I'm thankful that I had the beanies and all the little hats, but it feels really good to, I feel free. I can't even describe it. It's such a joy. And a few other joys that I'm going to share with you today is a giveaway, winner, some whips, a finish, a new start, some really, really lovely happy mail, and more. So I hope you enjoy this episode. Get comfy. Hope you're enjoying your stitching. I am filming this live as I did last time. By that, I mean I'm not going to do any editing because I'm still having some editing troubles on the back end. So we're just going to film this straight through. And I actually really enjoyed doing it last week, or last episode, I should say, if you watched my finish parade of my first year of cross stitch. Today happens to be the official celebration of my 1 year Flosstube anniversary. I'm a little bit late, but I am thrilled to have gotten to be on Flosstube for a year. And one of the sweetest parts of that is having gotten to watch Flosstube for a year and to be inspired and encouraged, and just the friendship and the camaraderie that is Flosstube has absolutely brightened my life, and I'm really, really thankful. I'm also celebrating 4,000 subscribers. I have like a big balloon. Let me see if I can reach it. I don't know if this is gonna be backwards or not. Which way should the 4 go? I don't know. I didn't buy this balloon for this celebration. It was my husband's birthday this year, or this week, so I stole one of the numbers. But there's my little 4K celebration. And thank you to everybody who is a subscriber, a returner, everything. Now, I have my list of the things that I'm going to share with you, the things that we're going to talk about. And as always, I hope that you will share your thoughts in the comments, share what inspires you, share what you love. I always love it when we have the opportunity to have that two-way conversation, and that is one of the sweetest parts for me. Now, what do you say we dive on in, and we're going to just kind of go through all these good, fun things today. Let's start with a finish. So, something that I have been doing is not allowing myself a new start until I got a finish. And it's a small finish, but it was a whip, and having it done meant that I got to pick up something new. So it's a little bit of a double celebration. The reason why I did that is because I've been carrying about, I think I usually say around a dozen whips, which works really, really well for me. I might up it a tiny bit because there's some things that I desperately want to start and I don't know when I'm going to get another finish, but that's okay. So I am trying to have things that I'm looking forward to stitching up ahead, have my eye on them. Maybe I have them kitted up, maybe I have them in my cart, and to turn to my whips and get those finishes where I can, just to make that process as balanced and to keep my spending in check, right? That can be really, really helpful. So this is a pattern that I have in the book that I got. I've shown you this before. It's Alma Lynn's Country Cross Stitch. And I have shown you that I was working on the kitchen sampler. I didn't mark the page. I wonder if we can find it. Oh, it's there. So this is the kitchen sampler. It's positively adorable. And mine looks a little bit different, but I'm really pleased with how it turned out. Let's take a look. Here it is. It turned out really adorable. I am stitching this on I measured it. I originally thought that it was a 14 count, but I measured it and I think it's an 18 count. And it's a piece of Aida. And knowing now what I knew then, what I should have known then, that this was 18 count, I might not have selected this fabric only because Alma Lynn's patterns involve a lot of half stitches. It's how, you know, she gets those just really cute little details. So there's a lot of half stitches involved, which I didn't really realize when I started this. I'm learning how to read patterns better, tune into some of those details. And so, not that there's anything wrong with half stitches. They're not my favorite. They're not my favorite on 18 count Aida because it began to feel really, really tedious. But it all worked out. My mom's the one that said, just keep going, you're almost done. And I had begun to worry a little bit about those eggs because they had a lot of shading. There were 3 colors and a lot of half stitches. And Mom said, just stitch them all in white and backstitch them and move on. And that's what I did. And I think it turned out really, really cute. So this one is a finish. The little basket of eggs and the sweet quote. I love it. Now to finish it, I've been thinking up a couple of ideas, or I should say to fully finish it. I bought this fabric thinking that I might turn it into a pillow. What I wanted to do was get it framed for my kitchen, but it doesn't fit any of the frames at Hobby Lobby because my borders aren't very big because this was a scrap and it's just a smidge too fat for a 4x6. So I might do a pillow. I might do a little bit of, see if I have a frame that I can use, but I don't think I want to buy a custom frame for this little guy. So we're gonna work on the FFO project down the road. I got this sweet fabric at Hobby Lobby, and that is my finish. It feels good. Again, it's not very big, but I really enjoyed it. It was my first time doing a lot of text. I hope you like it. I love it. Thank you to Alma Lynn for her cute patterns, and there's definitely more in here that I would like to stitch. I'm just aching to show you my start, but I'm going to show you whips instead. You've seen this one before. Last time we chatted, I mentioned that I was going to really focus on this piece, which is Americana Red. I'd like to start getting closer to finish on this one as well. It's a fair bit of stitching, so I know it's going to take me a little bit longer, and that's okay, but I thought I would get another section done. It's still in the hoop, and it still has my needle and my thread, or my floss. We'll put that there. Let's see if I can show you where we're at here. I'm going to open it up. This is where I'm at. I finished the top, and then I did this second section. I think I did all of this since we last were together, all of this. And I started on I finished the sunflower, and then I'm just starting on the barn. So as you can see, it's a pretty good size. I love the fabric. It's on 25 count Lugana. It's my potato fabric, and I'm just chipping away at it. And the floss that I'm using is, of course, Classic Colorworks, and the color is the most gorgeous licorice red. And I finally restocked it, so I'm going to keep stitching away. It's supposed to be done with 1 strand, but I decided to do it with 2 strands since I'm doing it on a 25 count. And and it's working out really, really well. I don't expect to have this one done as soon as I wish I would have it done, but I'm enjoying it. What I love about this one is it's a really easy grab and go. It's 25 count. It's not hard to stitch. My balloon is falling. It's not too hard to stitch on, so it's a really easy one to take with me. And yeah, I think it's coming along very, very well, and it's a great little pattern for those of you who like October House Fiber Arts or the Americana series. They have the red, the white, and the blue. And I was recently gifted the white, so that's one that I will be starting in the future. There we have it, Americana red. Do you like monochromatic stitching? What do you think about it? I know some people don't love it because it makes it feel kind of plain, and I understand that. There's times when I'm ready for it, and then after a little while of it, I'm ready for a break. But I really appreciate the simplicity of it, where I can just grab this and go. If I'm going to visit with my mom or go be stitching on the go, I take this with me a lot because it's just very, very straightforward. I don't have to really read. I don't have to read a color chart or anything like that. In that spirit, as I was thinking about getting some finishes so that way I could have that new start, I went ahead and pulled out my other monochromatic piece, which is the Halloween one. This is my bag, my little Ziploc bag. Let's take a look at it. Are you doing Sampler September? I think I asked you that. And anybody else excited for fall and October and Halloween stitching? I've mentioned it before that I don't like things that are scary. I'm like a very low level of spook. So this one was perfect for me. Blueberry Ridge, and it's called Halloween Sampler. And it has just the right touch of Halloween for me, where I love the color of the black. I used DMC, and I love all the little motifs. It is so very sweet. And this one is coming along. More progress has been made. I finished the top section. It's so fun to see it on camera. I'll give you the whole shot of it. And this is Vintage Smoky White. I think it is in, I want to say, oh, I have it here. 32 count Belfast linen in Vintage Smoky White. I'm really, really happy with this fabric for a Halloween piece. It's kind of an unexpected fabric. I know it's a great time of the year to get to use grungy fabrics, you know, purples and oranges and browns and greens and all kinds of different colors that we might not use as often. And when I had this one in my stash, I thought it could kind of fit the bill. You all know that I am stitching this on with 2 strands of floss. 32 count, I wasn't sure. So I think you might remember the story where I was kind of going back and forth, which means that this is all stitched with 2 strands. The border happens to be stitched with 1 strand, 1/2. And I think it's cute. I like the detail. I like the effect. It was fun to get to finish up that house, go over to, which way did I go? Oh yeah, I went to the tree and just stitched my way up towards the top with the little birds. I'm really, really, really loving this one. And I hope to have it finished. Okay, let me rephrase that. I would love to have it finished by Halloween. I know that I won't. I know that I won't because there's just other things that I'm stitching on. And having done that section, I know that it's enough black stitching for me for a few weeks. So once we hit October, I'm going to pick this little guy up again. I have a couple other Halloween patterns that I'm eyeballing. Oh, did I show you last week? I think I did. I keep saying last week. I mean last video. I think that I did show you the one that I wanted to do. And I can't remember the name right now. And I can't insert it. I can't do anything techie right now. So we'll just come back to that one and I'll show you if I start it. But this is my main my main Halloween piece, which I am really enjoying. Again, just like Americana Red, having it just be black DMC, it's very, very grab and go. And that's what I'm trying to do with my whips, is have a good variety of pieces where some are challenge pieces, some are comfort pieces, you know, some are heart projects, some are maybe a stitch along, whatever it might be. That's what I've been doing, is trying to have a nice mix of different things just to keep me motivated and keep me stitching along. Alrighty, I am going to show you my new start, but let me pause because I want to draw the giveaway winner. What do you say we do that? Oh, and I have another finish. I'll show you that in a second. It's a tiny little finish, so I didn't even see it sitting there. But let's do the giveaway winner. Last video, I showed you these sweet trays that my dad made. These little shaker trays. And he made one for me, which is this one. I absolutely love it. I put my little scissors, my little bits and bobs in there, and it's perfect. And of course he made the second one to give away. And I've drawn a winner at random from the last video. And the winner is Paulette Murray, 1463. So Paulette, I know that I can't put your name on the screen, so I'm gonna like show my notes right here, right there. Paulette Murray, and you are the winner of the tray. Thank you everybody for dropping a comment. I read every single comment. I often respond to every comment. For the last video, I ended up reading the comments and hitting a heart, so you'll know that I saw it and enjoyed it. And thank you to everybody. So Paulette, just send me an email. I'll put my email in the description box and I'll send your tray your way. We'll go ahead and we'll have matching trays. That will be really fun. And I'll have more giveaways soon. So thank you to everybody who entered and for your sweet words about Dad's woodwork. A couple of comments asked if he would sell them on Etsy, which I think would be lovely if he did. I kind of touched base with him and I said, Dad, how long did that tray take you to make? And it was many, many, many hours of focus and woodworking. And while he could probably, you know, make the process go faster, I realized that he knew he couldn't sell them and them be, you know, a reasonable price or anything like that, because they were just so time consuming. So maybe we'll let's butter him up and see if he'll make more for a giveaway. What do you say? Give him a shout out in the comments. I just love my dad. He's the sweetest man, and he loves to support Mom and I with our cross stitch, whether it's yard sale finds or the things that he makes. They are such a delight. Now, sitting in that tray just now was another finish that I forgot to mention. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen my little reel where I made Mr. Darcy. I have Mr. Darcy. Here he is. I have Mr. Darcy. He's my finish. He goes with the Elizabeth Bennet that I made. These little patterns are Owl Forest Embroidery. And she has patterns on her site that are Jane Austen themed. And so these are actually from two different patterns, which is, you know, I don't want to say like a lot of money to stitch two little things, because the patterns are very full. They have the house and all the characters, but I knew that I wanted Elizabeth Bennet. I knew that I wanted Mr. Darcy, so I have both. And that's how I stitched them. He turned out really sweet. I changed the colors of his little jacket. I just sort of did my own colors, and his little top hat. It was fun to do him. And if you see that reel, again, it's on my Instagram, and I think I dropped it here on YouTube as a short. You'll see that I stitched it on pre-gridded fabric. And that's what I did. So he's on pre-gridded fabric. I just soaked him in hot water. Hey, look at his leg. I literally don't know how his leg is crooked, but it's crooked. That's all right. There we go. Now he's straight. That's Mr. Darcy. kitty cat joining me. Hello, Hunter. And there they are in the tray. Yes, she's a fan. She agrees. That was a fun little finish. And what I'm planning on doing is, because it's Jane Austen's 250th birthday, you heard of my love for Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice, and all that good stuff. What I decided to do is I'm going to attempt to stitch as many characters as I can and just keep going. Because my mom had started this pattern last year and she didn't finish it, which is how I got a hold of the first pattern. She gave me her kit that she'd kitted up. And so I thought to myself, what if I break up the characters and do them as individual little smalls? And how cute would these be in a tiny little basket or a tiny little dough bowl? I have a little basket here from Hobby Lobby. You know, a little basket like this full of Pride and Prejudice characters. I think that would be really cute. So that's kind of the goal. And so stay tuned. I polled everybody on Instagram who they'd like to see next, if it was Jane or Mr. Collins. And Jane got the top vote. So Jane's the one that I'm going to stitch next on these little smalls. Hunter, come here. She's thumping against a box down there. Do you need some attention? Come and join me on Flosstube then. Alrighty, all of that is done. Let's jump to another bookish start. You know I love books. I'm an author. And a book that is very, very dear to my heart is my latest start. And I'm going to give you the story about it. My husband and I are both very big fans of Lord of the Rings. Very, very big fans. To the point where the table that is in front of me has a quilt on it. Underneath that quilt is a Lord of the Rings puzzle that we're working on. And we watch the movies. We love it so much. I loved Lord of the Rings from high school, and he loved it as well. And so actually when we met, one of the reasons why we first started even like chatting with each other is because I saw that he was a Lord of the Rings fan, among other really great qualities. So I have my book here that I'm reading. I read this at night and it puts me to sleep. God bless Tolkien. I love it, but I've just been sleepy lately, so about a page or two puts me right to sleep. And sometimes we even read it out loud to each other. And when we read it out loud, we do the voices. He's really good at Gandalf. And we do all the little Hobbit voices. It's just something fun that we do because we're trying to spend less time on screens, more time just making the most out of life and enjoying all the moments that we have together, because we've just really realized how precious that is. So one of the things we did in the recent months is just find some ways to spend less time on screen. So we'll read out loud to each other. We'll listen to an audiobook. Sometimes we listen to the audiobook while we're working on the puzzle. It's just fantastic. Which leads me to, do you want to see the puzzle? Do you guys want to see the puzzle picture? I have it right here. Let me grab it. Before I show you the start, this is the puzzle. You can get it on Amazon. If I remember, I'll try to link it. But it has all the characters, and it's a tough puzzle. My son, who's 13, has done this like 3 times. He's really, really good at puzzles. So as soon as he finished it recently, he did all the audiobooks while he was doing the puzzle. My husband and I took it apart, and I wanted my husband and I to get to do the puzzle. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're working on. That's our puzzle. But enough about that. Let's talk about the cross-stitch chart. It's in my bag here that was recently gifted to me. This one came from Maureen, I believe. Maureen, thank you. I love this bag. It's just the right size because it's a bit of a chunky piece. Now, I went on a quest. Actually, for the last year, I've been on a quest to try to find a Lord of the Rings pattern that I love. Now, there's a lot out there, and they're all great. But I really wanted something that I just really wanted to work on. And in particular, that encompassed the full story. And that was really hard to find. And the reason why I'm doing this is I wanted it to be for my husband. I now have a cat with the massive balloons that are down there, so we're gonna hope that she doesn't get one. You better be a good girl, Hunter. This is the pattern, and I hope you can see it. Whoops, it's a blank piece of paper. There it is. I hope you can see it without showing you. That's the pattern that I'm doing. I'm gonna try and get it as close as I can. Once I can edit my videos better, I'll be sure to pop it up on the screen. It starts at the top with the Shire and all the characters, and then it goes down and it has like their little items, little pipes and kettles, and then it has all the, what do you call it? Weapons, all the characters, and then it has the ring, and then it has all the bad guys, and has this beautiful border. So when I saw this one, I thought, look at that floss list. I thought that is a great journey. That's a journey that I want to go on. That's a stitch that I want to stitch. So I've had this in my possession for a couple of months now, waiting to get that finish. My little kitchen sampler was the finish, and so I started this. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a fun fact. Would you like a fun fact? In the book, Bilbo is born on September 22nd. And actually so is Frodo. And so if you've seen the movie where he's celebrating his 111th birthday, it's on September 22nd. And my husband was born on September 22nd, which he's super pleased with, to share a birthday with some of his favorite characters. So you might have kind of caught on to where I'm going with this, but I made this his birthday start. Started on his birthday, September 22nd. It was the perfect day to begin a Lord of the Rings chart. And I'm going to show you my progress. It's right here. Let's take it out of the key snap. I'm not going to take it all the way out because I'll explain why. But I'll show you what I've done. And what I've done is that little top border. You're going to see it better in just a second. This is what I've done. Isn't that pretty? I'm really, really happy with how it's come out. Now, I'm going to tell you a couple things about this. First of all, it's a lot of fabric because it's a really, really big piece. The stitch count is 130 by 316. So the length of it is that 316. So there's a ton of fabric here, which is wrapped up in my grime guard, which is actually a steering wheel cover from the Dollar Tree that you all told me to do, which was a great tip because that was great. And it doesn't fit this Q-snap very well, so I just kind of like have all the extra fabric wadded up in this little steering wheel cover. If you know, you know, right? You all know. If people see me out in the wild, they probably think, what on earth am I doing? But you guys know what I'm doing. I'm stitching away. Now, I am doing this on Easy Grid, which is, I'd say, a little bit untraditional for a project that's not full coverage. And I really thought long and hard about this. I went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I thought, Joanne, it's going to be weird if you stitch it on Easy Grid because people always use Easy Grid for full coverage, at least what I've witnessed. So I'm like, are you going to be a weirdo if you do it differently? I literally had these thoughts. And then I finally realized that I don't care. And I'll tell you why. Because I know that this piece is so big, I do not want to mess it up. I do not want to make a mistake because it's massive. So I knew I wanted to do 14 count Aida, which this is, and I knew I wanted to grid. I did not feel like gridding 316 by 130 design area. So I went with the Easy Grid and I tested it twice now, which is one of the reasons why I did Mr. Darcy on Easy Grid. Obviously, you don't need to grid a piece this small, but I did in that little Instagram reel. I showed how it did the hot water. I showed that process because he's kind of like my test. And as you can see, he came out perfect. There's no lines. So that gave me the peace of mind that this is going to be just fine. And I already made a few counting errors, which I was able to fix very, very quickly. So often if I made a counting error, maybe I caught it within 5 or 10 stitches because I'm really focusing on following the grid. So that's already helped me massively to keep this very, very, very ornate border, which goes all the way down. The border comes across here and here and here, and then it goes all the way around. And so that is such, and being still a new-ish stitcher, I wanted it to go off without a hitch. So I am pleased as punch to be using this Easy Grid. Let me know if you've ever used Easy Grid for something that's not full coverage, and we'll be in the same club together. But I have no regrets right now. And yeah, I just had to get over that mental block of not wanting to do it wrong, if that makes sense. And I got over that block and I'm having a blast. The colors of this are so pretty. What I have kind of kitted up so far is all the colors of the border. I have not kitted up the full piece because I just didn't really have time. And then when it rolled around to his birthday and it was Bilbo's birthday, I knew I needed to get started. I'm going to kind of show you the border colors. Hopefully you can kind of see those. It's like 451, 452. It's in that color family. And it all blends together. There's about 4 or 5 colors here in my hands. It all blends together really, really beautifully to create that effect. If I haven't mentioned it yet, this is Stitching Coven, which is on Etsy. The pattern is by Stitching Coven on Etsy. And their patterns are a little bit hard to find. So this one happens to be available. When I bought it, it was on Etsy. It was only $5. I couldn't believe it. And you got a free pattern with it. So I picked out another pattern. And on their storefront, they have about, as of the filming of this video, they had like 5 patterns, but they have a whole bunch in their like free gift with purchase section. I'm not sure why. It might be a copyright thing that they're facing. I'm not sure, because they do a lot of movies and things. But check out the Stitching Coven if this pattern speaks to you. And if you love other pop culture things like that, I know they have Harry Potter, they have lots of other ones, really beautiful patterns that you can get from them. And I love, 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 love this pattern. I love it so much. Maybe I'll change my mind. It's only day 1, Joanne. Watch, 12 floss tubes later, I'm on the floor crying. That could happen, but they're very, very detailed in their instructions. It's just so well organized. I'm going to show you, if I can, just the tippity top corner of the spot where I'm working, which is right here. You can kind of see it. And these are the things that I'm doing. And so I love how easy it is to read. It's so straightforward. And it's really, really fun. I feel like I'm painting by number as I work on it. So this is 2 days worth of stitching. And it's gone really, really quickly. And this is the halfway mark in the width. So I have the rest of it bundled in here. Anyway, that's my Lord of the Rings stitch. What do you guys think? I hope you like it. My vision for this will be to, once it's finished, frame it for my husband's office. He already has some Lord of the Rings memorabilia in his office, a couple little doodads that he has, little statues and little things that commemorate his love of the movie. And so this I want to put up on his wall and have it beautifully framed so he can enjoy it. And I've been waiting to start a stitch for him, and I finally found just the right one, which I'm very, very excited about. Okay, I'm gonna just kind of tuck this away. Got the fabric from 1, 2, 3 Stitch, and I'm hooked on Easy Grid. I really, really love it. Okay, we're gonna dive briefly into the Happy Mail. Not briefly, we're gonna go through some really amazing Happy Mail, actually. I say briefly because I'm watching my time. What's in this package? Okay, those are bookmarks. This is my mom's Stitch Jane piece. So we're heading towards the end of 2025. And if you haven't joined in on Stitch Jane 2025, the hashtag, the Stitch Along, I would love for you to do so. If you want to start something Jane Austen inspired, it's a great time to do it. And as you saw recently, I put out this pattern, which is called the Jane Austen Quaker. This is Mom's one. This is the one she did on Ada. And I have absolutely loved seeing your guys' stitches. People are tagging me on Instagram of kitting it up or working on it. And that has been so lovely. That's the Jane Austen Quaker. It is a freebie. I wanted to make sure and mention that. It's a freebie. I have it in my description box, and it went out to all of my new newsletter friends. Anybody who signs up for my newsletter, I try to make it special, try to give out little goodies that just make it special for them. I've given out free stories, which you can get. I've given out the pattern, and I plan to give out some more things in the future. So you can check that link out, and that's where you can get the pattern as of right now. And my first little bit of Happy Mail, and it's not really a Happy Mail, but it makes me happy, and it came in the mail. My publisher sent me my bookmarks for the book that's coming out. You can see it right there. I have a copy of it right here, and the bookmark just arrived, and it has a cute little Jane Austen quote on it. Well, I actually wrote this quote, but I borrowed it from Jane Austen. And that was fun. And so the reason why I'm showing you the bookmarks is because I know some of you have ordered the book through a company called Baker Bookhouse, and they have a lot of goodies that they're sending out, and the goodies have started to arrive. They have a sticker, the bookmark, of course you get the book, and you get a signed book plate. I autographed 200 book plates, and those have started to arrive, and they still have some available as of the filming of this video. So everything's going to be in the links below because there's other retailers, but I wanted to make sure that you guys knew that those are available, because once October 7th hits, which is in 2 weeks, it won't be considered pre-order, and then those goodies won't be available. So I'm like, ooh, that's our last chance. If you want to get those little special extras, that's going to be from Baker Book House, and that will be in the description. As we dive into some more Happy Mail, we're actually going to stay on the Jane Austen theme. Okay, pardon my reach. And oops, it's actually this one. Yeah, it's this one. I'm going to open up this box that came from Maureen. Maureen, you saw last time, sent me a whole box of goodies. I unveiled that in my last video, including the beautiful little project bag here that I am using for Lord of the Rings. I love this, Maureen. And she sent me some more goodies. I was absolutely blown away by this. She sent me a sweet little card and a beautiful, beautiful card, a beautiful note inside. And Maureen, I am so delighted. I actually haven't given her a formal thank you, and I usually try to do that first, but you'll probably see this before you see anything else, Maureen. I've got some Riley Blake little tidbits in here. I'll try and do it without crinkling too much. So if I understood correctly, Maureen recently visited Jane Austen's house. I believe in Bath. Yeah, Bath, which is if you've ever seen the movie Persuasion, they go to Bath. Which is like one of my dream places to go. But she sent me a bunch of goodies from the Jane Austen house. And one is the little Jane Austen charm. This is Riley Blake, I think. Yeah, a little Riley Blake charm. It's adorable. I think I'm going to put this on either a book bag or the little bag for my other Jane Austen piece that I'm working on that I'm hoping to show you guys soon. And then also these bookmarks. Oh my goodness. They're so cute. And they all have Jane Austen house on the back. Oh, okay, I see. So these are designed after Riley Blake fabrics. Really, really adorable. I absolutely love these. And the goodies are still coming. She also sent me this little treasure. And guess what's inside? It has a teeny tiny pair of scissors that open. Let's see if I can do it without injuring myself. There we go. Look at that. And they pack up super neatly in that little pouch, and they're very dainty and sweet. Okay. I probably won't close those live on camera. We'll close those in a minute because I would hate to have to refilm this if we have an accident. Now, the final thing in this particular package, I can't even. She wrapped it with a sticker that says Happy Meal. Look at that. Oh, everything has a cute little sticker on it. Okay, I'm gonna pop the label. It is a copy of Pride and Prejudice from Jane Austen's house. I cannot tell you how much joy that gives me. As you know, in writing The Heart of Bennet Hollow, I read through and marked up my copy of Pride and Prejudice so that way I could, write my little adaptation, my little retelling. And I have other copies, of course, that aren't marked up, but never have I had a copy from England, from Jane Austen's house. There she is. Look at that. It is absolutely gorgeous. it is going to be a treasure on my shelf. So thank you, Maureen, who I know is a cross stitcher and has sent me so many good cross stitching goodies. I thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna put all of this safely away. Whoops. And then I'll show you my last package. This one is from a student of mine who sent me a little box of goodies that I opened just the other day. This is from Jocelyn. Thank you, Jocelyn. One of my students. So I am a writing instructor for a online writing program. I've been on a leave of absence lately with everything going on, but I'm going to be getting back into it soon. So she sent me our 2025 yearbook, which has all kinds of beautiful things in it. I wasn't able to go to our graduation ceremony, but she gave me the yearbook and all of the students signed it, even though I couldn't be there. Look at all these little signatures from my students. And, oops, there's more. Jocelyn happens to be a cross stitcher, and she sent me some other goodies, a sweet little bookmark. I'm wondering if this is homemade. I'll have to find out. And something that she cross stitched. Let's see here. I'm gonna try and get the crinkle away from the microphone. Oh, this is so sweet. This isn't the cross stitch, but I'll show you that next. It's a little frame that she sent. And it says, teachers plant seeds that grow forever. I love my students. I love getting to teach writing, and I'm looking forward to getting back to it. But let's take a little peek at what she stitched. It says hope. It is absolutely gorgeous. So Jocelyn, you are very talented. And all of my students are either high school or around college age or kind of upper college age. And so like young stitcher. Let's get it closer. Look at that. It brings me so much joy. So I'll talk about just the heartness of it. I love it. It's a treasure to me. It means so much that someone stitched something for me like this. Words can't even express. So thank you. And I also want to show you just how beautiful her stitching is and how sweet this little pattern is. If you'd like to know about the pattern, let me know. I don't know what it's called, but I can find out. Look at that little back stitching that happens there. Oh my goodness. And look how she finished it. It's a little round pillow. I just love it. And she's quite the crafty girl. So it's sewn here, but then also has kind of like this little band to make this kind of chunky little round pillow that I adore. Thank you, Jocelyn, for this gift. Thank you, everybody, for the happy mail that you have sent my way. It is always a treasure. And that's all the stitching for today. Those are the whips, the finishes, all the goodies. I think I've got everything mentioned. Yep. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon. As always, I'm Joanne, the Story Stitcher, and happy stitching. Bye, guys.